Mama Bear, Belinda from Mama Bear Living Life. It's time for me to make my bread. I haven't bought store-bought bread in over a year. I make my own bread. Found out it's a lot cheaper and it tastes better and it's better for me. But it's a real simple, easy recipe. I got all my ingredients out. I think you saw me pulling some of them out in the beginning. So we're gonna get to this video. Hi. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. We're gonna go ahead and get this mixed up. First things first. Like I said, this bread recipe is real easy. I gotta pull the recipe out because although I've made it all the time, I'm a perfectionist. I've gotta have everything just perfect. First ingredients that go in, I am going to put the recipe down in the description for anybody who wants to make this. First thing we do is in your stand mixer bowl, you want to add 1 3/4 water and your honey. You want to mix your honey in there and then put your yeast on top of it, and we're going to let that sit. I'll be right back. this mixer. Now we're going to knead the bread, or the dough, it's not bread yet. Knead the dough for 7 minutes, approximately 7 minutes. And this is just to make sure that yeast is activated. Sprinkle my top with. Yeah, like I said, this bread recipe, I haven't bought store bread in a year. I might have mentioned that before, but yeah, I did research, and I mean, bread is so expensive. To get a decent loaf of bread, like non-generic, even the generic's expensive, but you can pay $4 to $7 for a loaf of bread. That's absolutely ridiculous. And so I was doing research, and I knew bread is a painstaking process. At least that's what I was always told. But did research, and I found this real easy recipe, and I didn't want a recipe to use sugar. I have diabetes in my family. I mean, it's bad enough I got the carbs from the bread. I don't need the sugar on top of it. So I found this white, it's actually a recipe for white bread, honey white bread. And it's really easy. The most painstaking time, for me anyway, is waiting for the bread for the dough to rise. Because after I knead it, let it rise until it's doubled in size. It's usually about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on the temperature it is in the house. And then punch it down and put it in the bread pans. Makes 2 loaves. Put it in the bread pans and let it rise again until it's 1 inch, about an inch over the top of the bread pans. And that's it. You put it in the oven and bake it. And for me, it's not hard. I mean, this is like the easiest recipe. And I put the flaxseed in it. For the flaxseed is supposed to be heart healthy for you. And I have low HDL. So and flaxseed is one of the things that I think it's full of. I think it's omega-3, and it helps your healthy cholesterol go up. So I put flaxseed in it, crushed flaxseed, and it turns it into like a wheat bread instead of just a plain white bread. You can, if you don't like wheat bread, you can just do the white, leave out the flaxseed. But yeah, it's really, oh, it's so good. My mouth is watering just thinking about this. Gonna go ahead and finish kneading here, and then I will bring you back when I'm gonna put it in the bowl for it to rise. Okay, it is done. I'm done kneading it. Let me rephrase that. Now I'm going to grease a bowl. I do have Crisco in there I can use, but this is easy. Just spray in the bowl. And then I put the dough in the bowl, and then I spray the top of the dough. And we cover that with a thick dishcloth, and we let that rise until it is double in size. So we shall come back when the bread has risen. While we wait for that bread to rise, to go to the next step, let's go take a look at my garden. The garden I planted late, like first week of July. I've already harvested one of my 5-gallon buckets of potatoes. It didn't go very well. They were like that big. Yeah, it's like not enough really to make a difference. But I planted it late. One, that's one thing. Secondly, I don't think it got enough sun over here. Close the gate so my pups can't get in here. And let me flip you. This is it. Of course, it's marigolds right there. That's condendums, whatever flower. Those are peas. Those are condendums, marigolds, peas, lettuce. Whoops, it's focusing on my hand. I do have, it looks like Brussels sprouts growing right here. A couple. I had onions there, they didn't come up. I had garlic over here, over there. They didn't come up, but I did some research and it takes them a year to come up, so they might come up next summer. My basil, I have been harvesting basil and drying it and crushing it. Of course, more marigolds. My squash, well, these are peppers right there. Green peppers, bell peppers. I did have hot peppers here. They started to come up, but they died. My squash died right there. I have no idea. They didn't have bugs. They just, I don't know what happened. Maybe not enough sun again? I don't know. This bed, on the other hand, let me get over here so you can see it. My dogs are fighting, play fighting. Beans, my beans are doing really good. Looks like I got a few I can harvest. You can see some down there. I've been freezing them because I'm just not yielding enough for anything else. And then my tomatoes, my cherry, cherry tomatoes. Then I have Cherokee purple right there. Cherry tomatoes is there. Whoops, it's focusing on my hand. And then purple Cherokee purples are right next to it. It's kind of hard to tell, they're all mingled. Then we have Roma, and then regular tomatoes, and that one's tall. That one's as tall as I am. But yeah, garden was somewhat of a success this year. My potatoes, I didn't show you my potatoes. That's my potatoes. I had them in this one too. This is one I harvested. They were little. Then I got those. I just don't think they get enough sun. There had sweet potatoes in the black ones. Nothing happened there. And then I got sweet potatoes down here. They aren't ready yet. That's ashes from my fire pit. But yeah. Oops. Yeah, it wasn't a complete bust, but I didn't have as much as I had wanted. But like I said, it was a late start in the planting. And yeah, it's there. I will come back to you when the bread is ready, or the dough, I should say. It's not bread yet, when the dough is ready for the next stage. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes or so. And as you can see, it's doubled in size. We're going to dump it out. Punch it down a little bit. And then cut it in half. That looks not quite half, but anyway, nobody's perfect. I try to be, but I'm nowhere near it. Grease your bread pans. Don't want it to stick. And then I usually try to get it into a rectangle. Flatten it into a rectangle a little bit here. And then roll into a ball, or roll into a ball, roll into a log, pressing as you go. And then I always pinch this end here. And then I make sure the pinched side is on the bottom. Set it in that pan. There's one. Simple recipe. I can hardly wait for it to be done. I'm almost drooling just thinking about a slice of warm bread with butter on it. I am telling you. Could be why I can't lose weight, because I keep eating this bread. It's too good. Although it's better for me than the store-bought bread. All right. This one's a little bigger than the other one. All right, there we go. We got them in the bread pans. And then this is where we cover it again and let it set. This is a thin towel, kitchen towel. Let it set for approximately 30 to 45 minutes. It could take longer, could take less, but these will be done when they rise 1 inch above the top of this pan. So I'll bring you back when these are ready to go into the oven. Okay, it looks like they are about 1 inch or so. I was a little lopsided above the top. Preheated my oven already to 350 degrees, so we are going to pop them in the oven. For about 29, 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, until they're golden brown. And then we'll pull them out. I will return. Yum, 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 yum. You could probably do a little browner on top, but when you want to eat some bread, you can't wait. Now let it cool, and we'll come back and we'll smear some butter on it. So good. Y'all gotta try this recipe now. Like I said, I'll put it down in the description. Till next time, y'all live happy. Live fierce, be happy, and stay safe. Mama Bear's out of here. Bye.